The one thing that people always want is they want to be scared. In the Conjuring movies always deliver on that. They're always scary movies. This better be good. This better pay off and be as good as I hope it will be. That means a lot. So that was easily one of the biggest challenges.
Mohon perhatian. Eits, sebelum nonton, subscribe dan nyalain loncengnya. Biar makin asik. Selamat nonton.
Hi Michael, my name is Nandra. I represent Cinema 21, the largest cinema chain in Indonesia. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Nandra. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Okay, so horror films often provide unique challenges for filmmakers, right? From creating suspenseful sequences to working with special effects. Can you share any memorable, challenging moments from the production of The Nun 2?
I think, one of the most challenging moments wasn't even a moment, but it was really a sequence. It was really in the magazine stand. This was something that has become like a big centerpiece in the movie, and also kind of has been used in a lot of the marketing. That was an idea I had really early on, as we were one of my first ideas developing it with the movie, and it became this kind of overarching thing that basically, it was like one of the last things that I finished in the movie. And it was really because of just the complexity of it. It was, there was so much. A lot of it was initially started as practical gags with mechanical page flipping. And then we needed to do a little CG cleanup, but it became increasingly complicated to do that. And it was one of those things where, by the end of it, knowing how complicated it was, I wonder if I would have done it again. It was kind of when you kind of get into a really long hike and you're you're deep into the hike and you're this is the longest hike. I wish I could go, but you're too deep into the hike to you have to finish.
Is this worth it, right?
Exactly. Because so much energy and resources were going into that. And, at a certain point, you're wondering, this better be good. This better pay off and be as good as I hope it will be. So the fact that it's it works and people have really responded to it. And I think, that means a lot. So that was easily one of the biggest challenges.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw the scene and it's good. I can guarantee it's good. Okay, so the Conjuring universe is very dedicated fan base, right? Especially in Indonesia, we love horror movies. How you do balance delivering what fans expect from the franchise while also introducing something fresh and innovative in this movie?
The one thing that people always want is they want to be scared. And you want that from the Conjuring movies, is that in the Conjuring movies always deliver on that. They're always scary movies. The funny thing with that is you want to be scared, but being scared, it's there's an element of surprise. And so you're essentially wanting the unexpected. You're wanting the thing that you've always gotten before, but you want it in a totally different way. And I think that's always one of the tricks and the challenges of going into these movies. I think that with this, there's some fundamental changes in this movie. I mean, the characters are in different places in their lives. We're in a different setting. There's a lot of different things at play in this film that make it unique and give us just a lot of different opportunities.
Okay, it's also fascinating how interconnected the Conjuring universe is. Could you tell us more about how you're incorporating any subtle connections or references in the new movie and how they contribute to the overall overarching universe?
What I can say is this is a series that's been going for 10 years and it has built up to this moment. There's a lot of threads that have been pulled at and a lot comes into this movie. The exorcism of Maurice is one of the there's a Conjuring timeline that become this kind of Bible within New Line, and they developed it between the Conjuring 1 and 2. The exorcism of Maurice was always this kind of one pivotal event, and we see it in the first film. In the second film, we realize in this event, Valak was there, that Valak was the entity behind it. And we've been continuing that. So we know in this film that Maurice is heading towards that event, and that event ends in tragedy. That event ends in a exorcism gone wrong and him killing himself with a shotgun. So there's a lot of that. The Valak and the story of Maurice is one of these kind of threads that tie through the Conjuring universe. And there's other connections as well. And I think part of that is the joy of discovering them. And I think there's definitely been fan theories out there, and I think that there's definitely things to dig into that are really rewarding.
Yeah, you mentioned fan theories, and the movie very sparked the interest of the fans about the theories, right? Are there any Easter eggs or hidden details that you cannot wait for the fans to notice?
A lot. Honestly, there's a lot. There's things that I don't want to spoil that I think it's like I really just want people to discover. That definitely one of the things is it was in Conjuring 2, but the Valak being spelt out as like an Easter egg through the in the background. And we take that, but we kind of take it to another level where there's a couple different places that Valak's been written out, and I think it's like the joy of discovering that is really fun.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, Michael. Before I wrap up, do you have anything to say to the fans of The Nun in Indonesia?
Honestly, thank you. The series is 10 years strong because of the fans, and it's the fans of Indonesia, it's the fans across the world, and I like from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you so much for showing up and going to theaters and just making this series as strong as it is, and we really owe an incredible debt to all of you.
Asik kan videonya? Jangan lupa like, subscribe, dan komen ya. Sampai jumpa di video selanjutnya.